Alright, Robert Drew back again on the quest to get to 2200. I'm currently at 2118, and let's see if we can get a 10-minute game. Okay, my opponent is 2069. Looks like he's been on here for 9 years. I got the white pieces. We will start off with B3, which is a Nimzo Larson. And our bishop will come out to attack his pawn. He's going to defend, and we will play our D3 pawn. This is generally a standard opening for us on our move order. And he brings a pawn up. We will bring another pawn up. Bishop out. Knight comes out, and we once again, we see this set up quite often. So the bishop comes out, and we will play our, let's see, what do we do? Sometimes he pushes here. We'll just continue with the Hippo setup. And we'll see what he does. All right, so he's going 3 pawns right off. We're going to push a pawn, and we may even push here. Okay, we're going to take this because we want to push this pawn, but we do not want the knight to come in. Had an issue last game. We let that knight come in. All right, so he's going this route, and we're going to push a pawn, and odds are he is going to castle queenside, and he does. Okay, let's see what we're going to do here. Our bishop comes out, and now he could potentially push here. Yeah, if he pushes there, what do we do? And knight goes the other route. Push, push. All right, let's push. Let's push. I assume he's going to bring a G5 pawn up and work on this push. G5 pawn, we bring our pawn up. Okay, he's bringing the G pawn up. That's most likely the move he needs to play. And we are, there we go. If I push here, he can still just push. Take, take, take. All right, so what if I just do this? Maybe, can we counter it? Let's counter. We've got some issues. If he pushes, we got some problems. He's got the pushes in over here. I had this similar to this in a over the board game, and I think I responded the same way. I just pushed here. Okay, let's see. If I push here, he's just going to push down the board on me. If he pushes, take here, he comes in. All right, so what do we do? What do we do? Come in here, hit here, try to. So what we'll do, we'll come in here, and we're going to come up here and see if we can get rid of this bishop. And once again, that's a very similar setup that I had before. All right, so now I got this, and now I've got to push here too. Okay, so he is going to go that route. I can actually push here. Let's kick the bishop out. Let's kick the bishop out. And get this diagonal's opened up. And what I'm going to do, I could bring my piece in here. Or I could just come here. All right, let's tell you what, let's, if I come here, slide here, here. If I come in here, you can come in here. Let's do this. We maybe. Nah, he just drops this right back here. Or he can do that. Oh, that's interesting. So what I do here? Go here. Let's do this. Let's do this, because now I'm hitting this right here. And if he pushes out, we just hit here. We hit here and here. All right, so now, oh. All right, let's do this, because now we got here, here. He takes here, and we're just going to take. We're going to take, because now I've also got this. He takes, I take. No, he takes, I take, and we still got our fork over here. Oh, he can do this. And he's, I don't know, man. This gets, it's okay. So where do we want to leave this? We want to do this because we want the piece over here. Okay, so now, all right, let's castle and bring our piece over here. I'm not too worried. I mean, maybe I should be. He's got this. Man, he can get it. He can get the piece right back. He can get the exchange right back. Oh, this is not good. He can get that exchange right back. So how do I combat that? Come in here. Come in here. No. Let's do this. Let's do this. I don't like this. I mean, he could have got the exchange right back. And he can still come in here. But I've got this now. It's going to push that way. Oh my gracious. Let's push. If he takes. Take here. Take. I'll just take. He pushes. Take. Maybe what if I take here? He takes. I'll just take here. Oh, okay. If I take, he's gonna push, take, and he just comes over here, then he pushes. All right, what we're gonna do, well, can we give him this? All right, I take, he takes, take. I go here, he takes, that's what we'll do. We're going this route. We're going this route because I'm hitting here. And if I get that, I get it with check. If he comes here, I've got the check here. All right, so he's going to go that route. Here we go. And we can check. Then we come back. All right, so now he can't push here. You can bring the rook here, but this pawn comes up. Holy moly, where's he going? All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this. Comes in here. We're just going to come up here. And we're attacking here. He's going to drop back. And now we were going to push this because we now have this move. All right, he's going to do that. And we will defend. We will defend. And we're going to come in here. All right, we're going to do this. If he takes, we'll take back because we've still got, we can still block here. All right, so I'm up the exchange. I'm down 1.5 minutes in time. And he's thinking about it. Okay, let's, what do we do here? Let's do this. We don't want him pushing. He doesn't have anything here. Matter of fact, I could probably push here. He takes, no, I can't do that. Okay, let's do this. And he comes in here. We can come over here. Oh, look what he's doing. He is a push. All right, let's push. Let's push. All right, what's he going to do? All right, so I'm down. Down 1 minute in time. I would assume he would take, and I'll take back. Does not. Goes this route. And say he goes here. I'm going to come here and get this piece off the board. He does that. Okay, what's he going to do? Okay, let's do this. No, let's not do that. All right, let's do this. We're going to do this. And now he doesn't have this. I mean, he can come in here. I'm going to push this pawn down the board. All right, so 30 seconds down in time. All right, so he's going to push there. All right, let's push. We're going to push down the board. I mean, he can come here. I would assume he's going to come here. I'm going to come here. And he'll come up. Oh, he's not going to do that. Let's push down the board. And now I can come here and here. It's got one, two. All right, so he's in deep trouble now because I got this coming. Okay, that's coming, and now he's all right. Okay. And we're going to come here, and he's in trouble. All right, so he can come here with this piece, but it doesn't matter. Now I can just, okay, let's do this. If he comes back, I'll just take him. Okay, and we are going to do this. And he resigned. All right, so let's do we'll do a quick game review. Okay, 85 to 80.8, and let's tell you what we'll do. Let's do, and let's see. If I save this game, if I add it to the library, I can come back in. All right, so I can. Oh, what am I doing? All right, I'm going to add it to a library in game. Create new. All right. We'll just put it on. We'll just put it on Hippo. All right, so there we go. And now we'll go to the library and go to my Hippo collection, and we're going to punch it up. And the reason I do this is because it's easier to go through a game review and it doesn't make my screen look washed out. All right, so my opponent is 2062. I'm now at 2125. All right, but I start off with B3, Nimzo Larson. He brings this E-pawn out, and I'm going to continue. And I usually do this. I'll do the 1, 2, 3, and however he puts this, but I'll mix it up. Sometimes I won't play the bishop out. Sometimes I'll play this out. Just depends on what my opponent does. All right, so then we get our e-pawn, and the reason I play the e-pawn here is I want to be, if he pushes, I want to be able to push back, or if he pushes this way, I want the option of either pushing or taking. All right, he brings this bishop out. I bring my knight. He brings this other bishop, and it's typical setup, the two bishops here. Bring my knight out. I'm continuing with the Hippo, and now he goes 3 pawns. 3 pawns. All right, so now that gets a little dicey because now he can push down the board. So I put my pawn up, and he brings his knight out, and I bring my bishop out. And here, he's got a much better game. Bring this queen out, and I don't want him to come in here and trade this bishop out. So I just push my pawn, but in the meantime, he is just getting a big lead in development. Castle's long, and I'll see that often when he has this battery going with the bishop and the queen. And here, I bring my bishop out. And the engine already has it as minus 1.19. He can push here. If I takes back. And then now if I take here, he takes. And it's just, I'm dead. I'm just dead. Right here, he's got, what's he got? I don't know. It's kind of, what am I looking at? The engine actually has bishop to g4, which makes no sense. Oh, makes sense because he's got this. So I'm dead if he was to push that pawn. So if he pushes the pawn, in this situation, if the engine says push the pawn, not that. Engine says push the pawn. And gotta basically ignore it. Gotta ignore it and work over here. And the thing is, if I ignore it, let's say that if I push over here and he takes, I can take back. And I'm kind of messed up over here, but I'm not lost. All right, so, but he pushes in the center, and the center push just kind of gets a little pressure off. And I push back, and he brings this other pawn, so he's going to push again. But at this point, I can counter with c4, and when I counter, and like I said, I had this in an over the board game, very similar setup, but I think in the overboard, this pawn was up here, and I had already pushed this pawn. And all right, I'll show you real quick. In over the board, got push here. I mean, the over the board setup was something like this. And it's a tempo off. Naturally wouldn't in quite this position. It's a tempo off, but the over the board game was similar. All right, so he pushes, and I'm thinking he's going to push here, so let's just counter. And he drops back. He does not want this push coming in. Engine here says I could go ahead and do it. He takes, I take, he takes, and basically I'm just giving up a pawn, but that doesn't seem right to me. If the engine has a little bit more time to think about it, maybe it has a different opinion, which it already does. It actually says now c takes. All right, so I bring my knight around because I'm looking at this move and hitting the bishop. He takes, I take back, and now he brings his knight around. He's going to hit here. All right, so queen to c2, c5. I played, let's see where d5 stood in this. c5 is a move, d5 not so much, but I played d5. And now it's just drop back. And I suppose what it's doing, I'm kind of weakening here, but I also saw this diagonal is now open. And he brings his bishop to c7. And the engine actually preferred it to come in here. But now my queen comes in, and I'm thinking that I can zigzag in. But then I also looked at it, he could play this. Then I just have to drop back out. Bishop to e8 was the best move. I saw it after I made the move. But instead, he brought his queen over. But now, knight to b5 is really strong. Knight to b5, I'm threatening this with check, and I'm threatening the weak knight, the undefended knight. All right, he pushes, and now, once again, I could go here. He comes over. Let's see. Engine likes this move. King to b8. Knight to c6. And, I mean, well, what do we do here? Say he comes up here. comes up. Knight takes a5 with check. All right, so, but that's not how I played this. Pushed up, and I just went ahead and took. He takes back, and now I'm getting pieces off the board. And when it's all said and done, I'm like, all right, I'm up the exchange, but he's got two bishops. I thought he should have came here. Matter of fact, let's play that move. I thought that he could come there. If I go here, I thought, all right, well, he could come in here. And I was worried about that. Here, he takes. And the problem, I suppose, with this is, rook to a1. And, I mean, what does he do? He just drops back out. And the engine says I'm fine, but I give up a pawn in that particular line. All right, but he played h5. And I brought my rook over. And actually, h5... rook at f to d1. It preferred the rook coming over. All right, but anyway, brought my rook over, and he pushed the pawn. I go g4, and I'm thinking, all right, if he takes, all right, I'm sorry, if he takes, now this pawn on e4 is weak. And he took, and now what do you take with? Do you take with the bishop? Do you take with the knight? I considered both. I took with the knight because now I'm threatening to hit this bishop with check. For instance, if he was to come here, I can hit this bishop with check. And he can't even take it back. And then I also have this move, taking the bishop. All right, so I took that way. He takes. And now I saw if he takes the pawn, I've got a check, and I win the pawn back. All right, so he brought his knight in, and in here, it's just, I mean, he's just losing. And shortly he's going to run out of moves. All right, but anyway, I'm not going to go over anymore, and that'll be it for this game. I'm at 21-25, and I'll see you on the next video.